Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's that time again for another tag video. So today's tag video is the ultimate book tag, and I found this tag over on the Booktubers channel, and it's kind of old, but I haven't done it yet, so I figured I might as well, and I will link his video in the description below if you want to check it out. Now, I'm not sure if he's the creator of this tag or not, so if anyone knows if he is or if someone else is, let me know so that I can give them appropriate credit for this tag. So this tag has about 25 questions, so I'm just going to dive right into it and try to get through them as quickly as possible so that this video is not like a bajillion minutes long. So the first question is, do you get sick while reading in the car? I would have to say yes, I do get sick while reading in the car, but I do it anyways because I enjoy reading so much that I don't really care that I get sick while I'm reading in the car, and the same thing for airplanes. I do get sick when I read on airplanes too, but I still do it. And I find that if I read on an e-reader rather than a physical book, I don't get as sick to my stomach if I do it that way. The second question is, which author's writing style is completely unique to you and why? And for this I would have to say several different authors. The first person that comes to mind is Andrew Smith, and then maybe J.K. Rowling and Cassandra Clare. Those are the top three that I can think of off the top of my head right now. Number 3 is the Harry Potter series or the Twilight Saga, and I would have to say Twilight because I did not grow up reading Harry Potter, and I picked up Twilight when I was like in my early 20s, so that kind of got me back into reading, so I would have to go with Twilight on that one. Number 4 is, do you carry a book bag, and if so, what's in it? I don't carry a book bag. I know that I'm a college student, but I am on an e-campus, so I do not require a book bag. I don't typically take books with me where I go because I don't stay in places very long unless I'm going to like a doctor's appointment or something, but usually it'll just fit in my handbag, so no, I don't carry a book bag. Number 5, do you smell your books? I wasn't aware that people didn't do that. Number 6 is books with or without illustrations. I would have to say both. I really like graphic novels, and I also really like books that have illustrations in them. I just think that it makes the book more enjoyable, I guess you could say, for lack of a better word. So I would have to go with both on that one. Number 7 is, what book did you enjoy while reading but then discovered that the writing was of poor quality? And for that I would have to go with Twilight. I really liked that book when I first read it. I really liked the entire series when I read it. I loved it so much, but looking back I would have to say that the writing was probably not that great. Now, I haven't reread Twilight since the first time that I read it, but I don't really feel that compelled to. Maybe eventually I will, but as of right now, based on what I remember and comparison to what I read now, the quality of writing was kind of lacking. Number 8, do you have any funny stories involving books from your childhood? None that I can particularly think of. I know that I used to get excited when we had like the Scholastic book sales and we'd have to take those little pamphlets or little flip-throughs that had books for sale, stuff like that. I don't particularly remember anything funny. I know that when I was younger, the book that I wanted from the book fair the most was Harold and the Purple Crayon, and I never got it because it was a little expensive, and as an adult I did purchase it, and I read it, and I was like, yeah, this is a really good book, but why was I so fascinated with this book as a child? I don't understand. But other than that, no, I don't really have any funny stories in relation to books. At least none that I can think of. Number 9, what is the thinnest book on your shelf? This is the one that I could find. It's the Hunger Games tribute guide, and it has like all of the tributes from Hunger Games and stuff in it and facts about them, and I actually have never read through this, but it's mostly just like pictures of the tributes and like their age and height and weapon of choice and stuff like that. So this is probably the thinnest one that I have. Number 10, what is the thickest book on your shelf? I have a lot of books that are pretty chunky, and I kind of like, it seems to me that I display different ones every time I get this question, so I think I'm going to continue with that. For this one, I chose Moby Dick by Herman Melville, and this one is pretty thick. The page count, not that bad, actually, in comparison to what it looks like. It's about 700 pages, but it is a pretty thick book. Number 11, do you write as well as read, and do you see yourself being an author in the future? I do write. I write a lot, and I usually can't stick to the same story because my mind is all over the place. I would like to say yes, that I see myself as an author in the future, but to be quite honest, I'm not sure if that's going to happen for me. And if it does, that's fantastic. But, you know, at this point in my life, I can't really say for sure that that's going to happen. Number 12 is, when did you get into reading? I have read for as long as I can remember. I loved reading as a child. There was a period in my teenage years where I did not read very much at all, unless it was like required reading. But my childhood definitely was filled with books, and then as I got out of high school, my life became consumed with books yet again. Number 13, what is your favorite classic book? My favorite classic book, which should be no surprise to any of you, is Alice in Wonderland. Number 14, in school, was your best subject English or language arts? And I would have to say yes. I did not do so well in math, and I really liked English class. I actually took an AP English class towards, I think, my junior and senior year, so yeah. Number 15, if you were given a book as a present that you had read before and hated, what would you do? I would probably accept it with a smile on my face and thank the person that gave it to me, and I would ultimately, I guess, probably give it to someone else who hasn't read it that may enjoy it more than I did. I don't see the purpose of keeping a book that you dislike, and I don't see the point of hurting someone's feelings if they buy you a book that you didn't necessarily enjoy, because, hey, they bought you a book and they were thinking of you, so. Number 16, what is a lesser known series that you are aware of that is similar to Harry Potter or The Hunger Games? That's a very good question. I've heard that Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott is similar to like The Hunger Games, but I haven't read it and I'm not sure, and I don't think that that's an underhyped series or book at all. And I cannot think of any book that is similar to Harry Potter. If you know one, let me know in the comments below because I'd be interested in that. Number 17, what is a bad habit that you always do while filming? I have a few. Talk too fast, look away from the camera, play with my hair. Those are the ones that I can think of right now. Oh, and I say a lot, but you guys don't know that because I edit it out usually. Number 18, what is your favorite word? I have a lot of favorite words. I actually write them down sometimes. I like words like insatiable or infallible, captivating, words like that. I don't know why. I just like the way that they sound coming off the tongue. Number 19, are you a nerd, dork, or dweeb, or all of the above? I thought these were kind of all the same thing, so I'm going to go with all of the above. Number 20, vampires or fairies? Vampires. Definitely vampires. Number 21, shapeshifters or angels? Shapeshifters all the way. I really like shapeshifters in stories. I think they're very interesting. Number 22, spirits or werewolves? I would have to go with spirits. Werewolves I'm not really that much into, and I don't think I ever really have been, but spirits are pretty fascinating to me. 23, zombies or vampires? I still have to go with vampires on this one. I'm a big vampire person. Zombies are disgusting, and vampires I think are kind of badass, so we're gonna go with that. Number 24 is love triangle or forbidden love. I'm going to go with forbidden love. I think love triangles are kind of overdone in books. I'm not sure about forbidden love because I haven't read a lot of books with that in it. Maybe a few, but not that many. So I would definitely go with forbidden love. And lastly is number 25, which is, do you prefer full-on romance books or action-packed books with a little bit of romance thrown in? I would have to say action-packed books with a little bit of romance thrown in. I think it adds more to the story. I've read books that are like mostly romance, but they're kind of contemporary romance, so they're not too heavy on it, but I definitely prefer a little bit of action in my books. So that is it for this tag video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not going to tag anyone because I looked at the date on this tag and it was done back in like 2013. So I'm pretty sure that the majority of booktubers that I watch have done this tag. However, if you haven't done it, please link your video in the description below so that I can watch it because I would love to see your answers. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!